In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. Now, this is a kind of mini docu-series where Chris Hemsworth, the actor who plays Thor, explores different ways humans can live better, longer, and taking on physical challenges. He takes these physical challenges, and in these 6 episodes, he does that. In the first episode, it's stress-proof. Second episode is shock. Third episode is fasting. Fourth episode is strength. Fifth episode is memory. And sixth episode is acceptance. Now, the way these things are done is really interesting. In the first episode, stress proof, he has to walk across a long beam. And he, like, the stress of what our body goes through in everyday life can cause certain aspects of disease and, certain memory losses and just a fatigue of what our body goes through. And it's absolutely mind-blowing and bending how certain little minute details of everyday life can change or shift how we think and how we act and what we even do. For the second episode, Shock, he kind of heads to the icy Arctic where he has to swim so many meters in a frigid cold waters, and to do that he has to get his body used to the frigid temperatures by surfing in cold water, taking a plunge. Not only that, trying to take your body to the next level of being shocked in a way where it's cold. They do say 30 seconds after you take a hot shower, turn the water cold and it will rejuvenate and give you longevity. And it's been proven that your immune system will be better, certain things will be better, your mind will be better, it will be clear, the clarity is there. And seeing Chris Hemsworth do something like this, absolutely mind-blowing, because he's Thor, he can't be touched, but there is fear in his eyes when he's doing certain things, and it's just amazing to see. Episode 3, fasting. Chris Hemsworth goes without food for 4 days, and you see the process of what he has to do. And at the end of this 4th day, he has to do something that our ancestor did while back, many thousands of years ago, by hunting for food. So he has to hunt for food in the water and catch a fish so they can cook and eat. And it's interesting because they say fasting helps you live longer. Certain aspects of fasting, like the 16-8 fast or 4 days, many different aspects of how people fast are mentioned in this, and how it changes your mind with the zombie cells and with certain aspects of how Alzheimer's is done and what certain things are done. It's really interesting how this show really progresses your aspect of certain things that you can go through, like stress, shocking your body for better health, and fasting for better health. I mean, all the essence of the ketones and the ketosis that your body goes through when you do fast, how it eats certain fat cells like that, is really mentioned. And Chris Hemsworth is really, really prominent and engaged. And the scenes of the shots of close-up interviews with the faces of the people, the scientists, the nutritionists, you name it, who are helping him along the way with this, is really, really fun. He did this over an entire year, I believe, before the filming of the 4th Thor movie. So it's mentioned in certain episodes that he's doing that and he's filming. Now, the 4th episode of this mini docu-series is strength. How much strength can he do? And he discovers how his muscles can help him in a way kind of live longer. And the aspect to this at the end of it is he has to kind of pull himself up on a 100-foot rope that's dangling, and he has to learn certain things. Aspect of strength. How can you do certain things with strength? Should you push yourself with strength? How is it better for the body? What does it do for the body? Things like that. It's the essence and the aspect of how your mind can work with strength. And is it mental, or is it, like, even how the proper way to climb a rope? Because we've all been there in gym class when we in school. You're in school, you have to climb the rope in gym class. None of us ever made it. The people who did make it, because they knew how to climb a rope. It's mentioned how to do that. The strength is interesting, and you think he can do it. No, there's aspects of where, you see his everyday life and he's going through things, and then something happens, he injures himself, and that has to put a hold on certain things. And it's just interesting how it's really, really done. Now, the next episode, Memory. Chris has always worked to kind of keep his body healthy, and now it's time to challenge his mind. And in this, the aspect is to try and navigate with someone else along the way with him, who's much of a navigator to certain planes and aspects. No phones are allowed, but trying, by memory, trying to get to the destination at the end. Really done, really, really well. And we find out in this episode that there is a gene that Chris Hemsworth had on both his mother and father's side, where it's genetically that it's the Alzheimer's gene. So he could get that later on in life. And it's been mentioned that after this was released and in news articles, movie news articles, and news pop culture, entertainment articles, that he is going to step away from acting for a while because he found this out and he wants to spend more time with his family, which is very, very understandable, because you find out something like that, you absolutely don't know what to do or what you can do. The memory aspect of it is great. Now, each episode goes into aspects of other people's story and different individuals where we find that they themselves go through certain aspects of what the content is in these episode titles, like shock, fasting, strength, memory. Like, certain people do certain things based on memory or how they do certain things, the exercises. You can also put these exercises to use in your everyday life, and you yourself can actually better yourself by gaining more health, being full of life, filled with life, and just enjoying yourself. Now, these episodes are close to, I want to say, 45 to 56, 58 minutes long. They're really, really long episodes, but they go very quickly. Now, the longest episode is the final episode, Acceptance. It's an hour and 16 minutes. Now, in this, Chris Hemsworth kind of goes through the acceptance of getting older, old age, and then mortality, life, and then death. He goes through the aspect of wearing a suit where the scientism behind it is really interesting, because he puts on a suit that makes him older than he is. He can't hear, he can't see, and he's so forth, 87. So he has to do certain movements like you would. This whole aspect of this small little town is built just for him, and he meets people along the way who have faced death or who have mortality or who are not afraid anymore about being older and getting older. And the acceptance is really, really emotional. It's a very, very touching and very, very deep episode. I'll be honest, I did shed a tear very much few times in this. And the aspect of the retirement home, how he talks to these people, he paints, and then he plays ping pong. Not only that, his wife Elsa Pataki, they put her in makeup, and they, at the dance, he has to go dance with her, and he can't. It's just such a touching moment between the two of them, and you can really see the love that these two share, and it's great. Not only that, at the end, we see that he goes through a death doula, where someone kind of puts you on that path to death. There's someone who is a birth doula and a death doula. And the aspect of seeing everything happen is interesting. And seeing Chris Hemsworth go through these episodes and these steps, just like, wow. Like, you really don't understand how appreciative you are about life when you see these things. We all read books. We all understand about how we want to better ourselves for longevity in life. What kind of medicine, and is science really true for the aspects of what we can do with ourselves? Yes, that's there. Everyone is different. Everybody's body is different. But we have to understand the aspect of living longer and being true and well to ourselves. Because they said in this episode, you want to live to old age? That can happen. Or sometimes you never know. You wake up tomorrow, you're not here. What's going to happen? It really opens your eyes, and you do get emotional over it, because it's the scary aspect and the scariness of it, of understanding what all of it is. Is there life after death? What's going to happen? Do you see things how other people see things? Everyone's different. Everyone's mind's different. Everyone thinks differently. Everybody's not the same. As I said, we're all different. But when we read certain books about life, about positivity, positiveness, and law of attraction, attracting things from the universe, what we put out, we bring back, karma, this and that. Is it possible? Yes. But you have to put yourself in these situations where if you're stressed out, understand how to control it. You want to shock your body, know what you're going through. You want to fast, do it right where you don't get sick, and it works and it benefits you later on. With the strength, how much strength can you do instead of injuring your muscles or your body where you regret it later on? The memory aspect, what can you do? Play board games, play mind games, play certain things that keep your mind going. Read a little bit every day. It's fun to do. And acceptance. Are you accepting death, that fate, that mortality? Like, is it there? Like, who knows? We're all in a certain age. We think we're 20 one day, and then we blink, we're 65. Life moves pretty fast. You never stop to look around for once in a while. You can miss it. I mean, listen, this was a fun show to watch. It's the first season. I don't know if they'll do another season, but this premiered on Disney Plus November 16th, 2022. It's 6 episodes. Quick watch. I watched it over a few days and I absolutely loved it. I love Chris Hemsworth as an actor, and seeing this and understanding what he went through and gone, how he gone through, everything was really interesting and fun to see. But then it opened your mind, like, will you put these things and will you actually, garner certain aspects of your life? Like, will you become less stressed? Will you shock your body into thinking for a better immune system? Will you fast? Will you become stronger? We can become stronger for certain ways. Yes, we can become stronger mentally and physically, but the balance of that aspect is there, and it's fun to see. The memory is there, and the acceptance. Accept who you are, accept the challenges in life, be it what you may, and things will be fun and things will be clear. This is a phenomenal series that if you watch it, you'll understand much, much more, and you might actually implement these things and these certain exercises and procedures, how to breathe right in stressful situations, your mind and connecting with your heart, what's scary and not, the flight or flight response. Everything's there. It's a great show. For me, Limitless with Chris Hemsworth gets 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend this show if you are a health nut, if you love aspects of small mini docu-series, if you love Chris Hemsworth, his films, if you love Thor, Marvel, anything for that matter. 6 episodes, very, very quick. It's fun to watch, and it'll open your eyes to a lot of great, great things. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? If you've seen it, do you think that, you could implement these things? And if you didn't see it, will you be checking it out now that I reviewed it? And where in your life do you stand with stress, shocking your body, fasting, strength, memory, and accepting that, we only have one life and we have to enjoy it while it lasts? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and also let me know what rating you would give Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video.